guys, it's Katie Kate on the Homestead. Look at this beautiful day. I'm just sitting here on my very messy porch having a cup of coffee and enjoying this weather. Let me give you a peek at what it looked like yesterday. Meanwhile, up here in Canada, I sure am jealous of all you guys I see planting already. He's got something. Probably a mole. I don't care what it is. It's his job. Hey, buddy, good boy. What do you got? What a good boy. Did you bring me something? What a good boy. It's a mouse. That's a good boy. That's your job. What a good boy you are. Good boy. Do your job. It's life and death on the homestead. We've got 2 mice down already this morning. The cats are doing a good job of keeping them out of the house. Today I really just want to move slowly and enjoy my semi-retirement because I feel like I put too much pressure on myself a lot of the time. And the first thing I want to tackle is just tidying up this porch. There's a tidied up mudroom. I love all these field stones that are laid here, but they're in a really bad place and they make it really hard for me to cut the grass. So I'm just trying to pull them up and move them aside somewhere I can use them in a better place. I think that's it. I can definitely find a better place for these. This beautiful porch is all made of fieldstone harvested here. I think it's so beautiful. I thought I'd shoot a little story time about a new development in my life, which is that I have quit drinking alcohol when I'm by myself. And so I thought I'd talk a little bit about that situation, what led me to this decision, and how I'm feeling about it. So the thing ultimately that motivated me to stop drinking when I don't have company is my budget. And back in January when I did my budget, I realized how much money it was costing me. And then in February, I ended up driving to another place to buy some beer where it was a bit cheaper, and I stocked up. But what I quickly realized was the more beer I have in the house, the more beer I can drink. Now, the funny thing about me is that I'm actually very rarely drunk. I just like beer. So again, for me to have 5 beer over the course of a day while I'm working, over 12 hours, I might feel a little tiny bit of a buzz, but I never really get the full effects of it. So, which was one of the things I kind of liked about it, was just that kind of gentle feeling. But at the end of the day, it is proving to not be worth the expense. The other thing about me when it comes to alcohol is that I am a chronically underweight person, and that's one of the reasons why I use cannabis, is to help me with my appetite. And so I get a lot of calories from beer. If you added it up over a day, they're empty calories, but they're still calories. And so when I am not drinking beer and I switch to water, I tend to lose weight. So that's something that I have to be really careful about, and I have to make sure that I'm eating enough food. During COVID, the temptation to overdrink was very high, especially because everyone was stressed and kind of stuck at home unwillingly. And so I quit drinking during COVID, and I lost 20 pounds in a month. So I was down to 99 pounds, which was quite alarming. And so I brought beer back into my routine, but I am old and smart enough to realize that I don't want to have to depend on that for calories, that's not really a healthy thing. So I have been definitely trying to eat a little bit more, and it does help because when I don't have the beer in my stomach, I do feel a bit hungrier. I will say that I only started drinking again after my divorce. So when I was married, I didn't drink at all. We never really had alcohol in the house. And when I separated, it kind of came back into my life as a coping mechanism. And I feel like during that period where I was a really busy single mom in the city, and I was operating at such a high level all the time, and it was something that helped me at the end of the day to kind of bring everything back down. I tend to be a really high operating person anyway, and sometimes it just helps, again, to bring me down quickly. Back then, I only had a couple of hours to decompress every night before getting up and doing it all over again. So it was just a coping technique. Out here, I'm finding I don't really need that because my lifestyle has changed. And so I'm not really feeling that need to come down. And in fact, since I've stopped recently drinking during the day especially, I have noticed that it's actually elevated my energy a little bit, and I'm realizing that I probably don't need that anymore. So it's not a huge deal. The other thing I'll say is that in the almost 15 years that I was doing that single mom thing in the city, I was drinking every day, and definitely more than what's recommended. But I never have any withdrawal symptoms, so I don't lose sleep, I don't get sweaty, I don't get moody or cranky, and I'm like that with every substance that I use. I smoke tobacco, but if I run out, I can go days without it. I'm not the person to be kind of running out to the store just for that purpose. And I also hate that. I hate the feeling that I need to leave the property just to go out and get either beer or cigarettes. It just, I don't mind going out if I need milk, but there's just something about it. So I'm not motivated to go into town just, for that reason. So yeah, I'm fortunate in that way that I don't have whatever wiring it is, hard wiring for real hardcore addiction, and I understand that for sure, because I know that it's not as easy for everybody, but yeah, that's something that is a development around here, and yeah, it's been going well. I'm feeling good, and I'm saving money, so I guess it's win-win on that front. Now, I have no plans to be really strict or vigilant about this. I do have to remember, though, that as I'm cutting back, I have to watch my own tolerance, because I did go have some drinks with my neighbors the other day and got absolutely polluted, which is not like me. I'm usually better at holding my booze, so I'm definitely going to have to be careful about that. But I still fully intend, when I'm socializing with my neighbors and friends, to partake in a drink. It's just something that if I can get it out of my daily routine, the benefits outweigh the cost at this point. Laundry on the line. Dogs outside. All of this crazy mud from yesterday is completely frozen today, hard as a rock. We have eggs again, which is fabulous. This will be 5 eggs now that I've collected this week, so I'm pretty sure it's this bird right here who's doing the laying right now. It's pretty sloppy. It's very different out here today, as all the water is seeping into the ground. We were talking the other day about how hopefully the wells aren't impacted by this weather, because we don't have any snow on the ground to melt off. So unless we get a really, really sloppy, wet spring, the wells might be low this year. It's nuts how we can have 2 seasons in 2 days, and I have 2 seasons happening today at the same time. On this side of the house, it's spring. And over here, it's not. It's so warm out. And look at that ice in the shade. It's a beautiful day. It's around 2:30, so I'm gonna head inside. I think it's time to make a fresh pot of coffee and have a snack, and then I'm gonna head back out again. The clocks went ahead last weekend, so I still have a good 4 hours of daylight, and I'm going to get myself into the barn and just keep cleaning that enclosure, preparing to sterilize it and whitewash it, hopefully this week. So until next time, happy, healthy living. I'm Katie Kate on the Homestead, living my best life, and I'll see you later.